Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown for our Warhammer Day Preview reaction show. A day late, but not a dollar short. Welcome to the new edition of the new editions. Yes, we've had one new edition, but what about second new edition? No, third. I guess this technically won't be the third edition this year because I believe this is not coming out until 2025. So they can escape having, I believe. We'll have to look through it and make sure.
We'll see if this or Lord of the Rings comes out first.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh, I'm fairly certain Lord of the Rings will come out first, but anyway.
New edition of Warhammer Underworlds.
Amberguard. Yeah. So, let's just scroll to the really important part, which is the models. So, we should say, new edition of Underworlds. As always, Underworlds remains a very popular game. It's kind of a hybrid of a board game if you've never played it. If you're someone who likes the ideas of using minis on a more board game setting, this is a really, really good game. I don't love the deck building, but that's a me thing. We have two new teams. First off, we've got the Stormcast, which is the Ember Watch. They're Vanguard again, and Vanguard is my least favorite chamber, I will say.
Mine too.
However, I like the hooded and caped models on these. I mean, you know, yeah, you got a great mask on your face to hide you while in your golden gleaming armor, but it's a cool aesthetic.
Yeah. Oh, be stealthy, says the paladin walking through in plate armor.
Look, at least the Raven Guard paint there's black in 40k, right? So they can pretend.
That's what you should do, is all the Vanguard, you should just paint like black. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to buy any Vanguard, so it's fine.
There are some Vanguard I really like the Paladors. I just really don't like the hand bow guys.
Yeah, I know. Paladors are awesome.
Well, let's scroll down to what we do really like, though.
What we do really like.
That's right.
Oh.
Scryer Underworld's team, and it is amazing.
Yep. We got
man,
a new Arch Warlock.
Yep.
I'm going to use him as an Arch Warlock.
I mean, I'm sure he'll have his own rules for a little bit. He would make a great Arch Warlock. The mono Doom Wheel.
The Doom Wheel bike is amazing. I love this man.
I like calling it the Dumano Wheel.
Dumano
Wheel. The guys with, like, I mean, you got Ratward Scissor Hands. Ratward Scissor Paws here.
He's kind of a Flayed One-esque.
Yeah. And then his friend Jerry, who just has a Molotov cocktail. And is done with you. Like, that guy's ready to start a riot.
Yeah, he's got like a mining helmet on here.
Yeah. I love everything about them. I love their helmets. I love their, like, the tech. I really love I of course, that's probably going to be the cheapest Cawdor bomb rat you'll ever find.
Oh, that's true.
But yeah, I want multiples of these.
Yeah.
I would love to use one of those mono Doom wheels as a Doom Flare.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be good. Oh, yeah. These models are amazing. We thought we were done with the rats. More rats.
No, more rats. Also, the little rat bomb is named Tick Tick.
Oh, that's great.
Also, the Doom mono wheel is just called a kill wheel. So, you know, points for creativity there, but they are Skaven.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. We don't play Underworlds greatly, but this does represent yet another shift in the rules for, like, the third time in a few years, which is a little confusing. So you have a Warband War Scroll card and then individual fighter cards. So that's kind of more similar to, like, Warcry. Warband decks are no longer a part of the game. Instead, Warband rules live on the War Scroll card, ensuring your Warband's unique playstyle is there no matter which rival deck you use, which is also interesting. And then it comes with 4 rivals decks. So it looks like the deck building has changed even further.
Yes. So I'm not exactly sure how the rivals, it says mixing and matching core concept. I guess I don't know how the rivals deck building works. Or if it
no,
does.
so basically what it is these 4 rivals decks can be used for any of the teams, but you get to match those rivals decks to either team. So it's like they're talking about mixing and matching your team's warband abilities with those rivals decks.
So, like, when I have the Blazing Assault deck, I can't change cards out.
No, that's not the point of a rivals deck, to my knowledge.
Okay. So it's looking, well, I guess that's positive for you because you said you don't like the deck building option.
Right.
So there's less deck building.
Yeah, but it's a little interesting there.
Yeah, it's strange. I'm not opposed to it. I like the rules being like an all the time use.
Yep, and it does say this is a significant rules reset. After 7 years, the decision was taken to streamline the game, rationalize the cards, because they were irrational. I
Yeah,
hated the one that told me to drink battery acid. It was terrible. Thematic for Skaven, but terrible. Warhammer Underworlds had 58 warbands and thousands of cards released over 7 years, which is why I stopped playing.
Yep.
With rules increasing in complexity to keep pace, aka rules creep. New edition drills down to the core game without losing any of that tactical depth. Blah, 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 blah. Streamline the game, ensure players never end up with a bricked hand full of cards that can't be used. So, old cards and boards won't be compatible with the new edition, but all of your miniatures will be. Rules for every current Warhammer warband, all 58 of them.
Oh, wow. That's actually kind of impressive. I thought they were going to kill team it and delete some of them.
Yeah. That is a fun thing.
It should be mentioned that the boards are going from, because you used to each have a board and you kind of place it as you set up.
That was actually a big part of the game. Yeah.
You get a board.
Yeah. Board placement was a huge part of the game because you would try and create choke points or create things to your advantage.
Apparently they didn't like that.
Yeah. So this might get me to start playing Underworlds again because I stopped playing because of the card chase. They changed it a little bit with the idea of the rivals was you could still use rivals, or then they would release the faction cards for the rivals, or the named decks.
Yeah.
And it's okay, so there's still card chase. If they're actually kind of pulling card chase from it, because if I wanted to play a card chase game, I'd play Magic, Yeah. If they're actually pulling a lot of that card chase from it, I have my eyes on actually playing Underworlds for the first time in a long time.
And especially since all of the old teams are still going to be usable. I have a bunch of the old ones. I've never played with them.
And now, gotta read between the lines a little, because it says only 18 of them are getting physical rules, and then 2 more are coming out. So a total of 20 warbands you can buy. I'm going to guess that means the others are probably going away eventually, if not immediately. But I could be wrong.
Yeah. Maybe they're just doing the digital only for those, and they're not reprinting them. They're just available.
Which, hey, fine by me. Yeah. So, yeah, this is, I'm way more excited than I expected to be. When I saw Underworlds, I was like, oh, okay, what models do they have? And I was like, oh, okay, amazing models. Yeah. And then normally I tune out because I don't care about the rules anymore.
Yeah, because the models are the important part.
Right. And to me, they still are. I mean, I'm a model painter, but I now will probably get and play this box set, honestly, just to play it, not just for the models. Cool.
All right, on to the next one.
On to the next one. Dark Gods. Let you take this one, Mr. Chaos.
Okay, you say you let me take this one, Mr. Chaos, but you are the one that actually owns this faction. But anyway, I'll take it. And up next, we have Praise the Dark Gods. The Slaves to Darkness are here, or will be soon.
Yeah. I mean, they are here, but they're going to be here-er.
They're going to be more here. We have the Slaves to Darkness Battle Tome, the only Battle Tome that will be coming out for the end of the year, other than Stormcast, which is already going up for pre-order soon. And new cover. Love this cover.
Yes, that is a great cover.
We'll move on to the models. We have, we already saw something with Sarketh, Bane of Law. I guess we didn't cover it, despite it being available for pre-order last week. It was not in the article.
Zarketh was the Warhammer Day mini. This is a new Chaos Sorcerer, generic.
But Josh, it is Warhammer Day. So they're coming out with 2 different sorcerers on the same day?
Yes. Yes, they are.
But yes, this is a new sorcerer, which is fine because the old sorcerer is definitely showing his age.
I think it holds up, but yes. Yeah. he's kind of a weedy little guy and not a huge, beefy... the idea of a Chaos Sorcerer is that it's a guy who can still absolutely throw down and win, right?
Yeah. The thing with the old one, he definitely looked Tzeentch, but he can be used for anyone that isn't Khorne, so it was kind of weird to... Anyway.
I like this guy's skull helmet version more.
Yeah, me too. I like the skull helmet. Although the left-hand side does give me Mouth of Sauron vibes.
Yeah, which is also good. If you painted that like a Mouth of Sauron, that'd be very... That
would be pretty sick. And I like the energy coming off of the staff rather than the skull.
Yes, I agree.
Anyway. But yeah, gorgeous model. I like that this just looks like a Warrior of Chaos picked up a staff and is like, I'm going to cast spells now.
Yeah. I hear voices in my head. I need to cast spells until they go away or get better.
Spoiler alert, they don't get better.
They never get better.
Up next, we have the new Slaves to Darkness Spearhead. The Dark Oath Raiders.
This one's not replacing the other one.
No. It is in addition to the other one.
Right. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm just saying. for those who are confused, this is not replacing the other one. This is a alternative.
Yes.
Which is good because, like, Chaos, Slays Darkness have always had those two halves, right? You have half-naked Fabios, and you have heavily armored muscleheads. Everyone's muscular, it's just how much of their armor they're wearing.
Right. When you go to war as much as you do in Slaves of Darkness.
Yes. And this is the Dark Oath side of that, which we've gushed about these models so much.
Yep. We do have the Queen here, which is nice. And yeah, great models. We got some Chosen. We got some, whatever those are called, Marauders. And then the Horsemen in the back.
Yep.
Fell Riders, that's what those are called.
Yeah, so this basically means that this release is kind of what's expected for a non-major faction release, which is it's the Battle Tome, one new model, and now an appropriate Spearhead.
Fair enough.
Which,
cool with that.
hey, I'm fine with that.
Yep. Especially since Slaves of Darkness just got a ton of new models last edition.
Yes, yes. All right, and now we're on to Kill Team, Brutal and Cunning. Now, you know that the Cunning is referring to Ratlings because it's not spelled with a K.
Gasp. If you had asked me to name 40 different things they could have put in Kill Team, Ratlings was not on that list.
I figured... See, my thought was when I saw that they didn't get nixed from the index, that we were getting plastic eventually. And Kill Team does seem like the best way from it.
It does. It makes sense.
So basically what we have here is Ratlings versus... I mean, these are knobs, basically, right?
They are... Yeah, it
I mean, they're called breakup boys.
They're like the heavily armored Goths.
Yeah. So these are basically kind of your replacement for the knobs-ish. Some people have already done some sleuthing around the internet and realized that between this and the pictures, you can see that these are going to be a unit in 40k as well as just the Kill Team.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I actually, you know me, I'm not a huge orc guy, but I really do like these models.
Yeah.
Armored orcs are always my favorite.
Oh, yeah, me too. I actually really like this guy with the double, like, piston fists. He looks really cool.
He is my favorite.
They have the bomb hammers that are a classic.
I love that.
Just regular hammer and regular bomb.
Yep.
Gunner and fighter. Got a rocketeer and some squigs, because you always need some squigs.
Yep. Tank bustas.
Little buddies helping you out.
So it basically looks like you're going to be able to build these guys as the tank bustas, which are an old resin kit that I think is gone now.
Yeah.
Or build them as the Breakos, which is... I like that. Again, more dual kits, more Kill Team. Using Kill Team to introduce this stuff, I like. Mm-hmm. This does answer a previous question we had. No, not all new Kill Team stuff will fly.
That's true. This is the first time.
Although I would love to see Bomb Hammerman with a jetpack.
Or Ratlings with, like, I don't know, jump boots. But yeah, this is the old Tank Busta kit. That was the word I was looking for, was the Tank Busta, because there was always the sneaky commandos and then the Tank Bustas that came in and wrecked vehicles, and they're finally updating them. Yay.
Yep. And speaking of finally updated, we've got the Ratlings themselves, led by Mini Che Guevara.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of these, so I'm just going to let you gush over them while I sit over here and roll my eyes and sigh.
So I am also not a big Ratling guy, honestly. Yeah. Ratlings have never been my my forte. However, they do have an adorable dog.
Oh, I haven't seen the dog. I gotta do it.
Go to the end.
I love him.
They do have Battle Mutt.
I like how that one's just called a sneak.
Yep. Well, I think that's just their general name. I think I might be wrong on that one. I love the attention to detail, the little details of like they're carrying these huge packs that they should be able to. The bomb tripwires are hilarious to me.
Those are great. I want those in regular Kill Team.
Yeah. Ratlings have never been my thing, but these are amazingly well done models, and I'm happy to see them in plastic.
Yeah. If I could not ask for better Ratlings, which is still just fine.
Now, I will say that if you read the rules, that it's also clear that you can put Ogren and Bulgren into these teams.
Oh, no.
But there's no new Ogren or Bulgren, which I really wish there was, because that's really another one that...
Another old kit. Almost
that really needs one. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, in the terrain.
Yep. So, this new expansion includes the Compound Siege Terrain upgrade, designed to enhance the terrain found in Kill Team Highstorm with breachable compound walls, bunker sections, and firing ports. So basically, this is where you start getting attacks over fortified defensive zones. Mm-hmm. So, like, you blow through walls, destroy sections of walls with pop-out pieces, which is the first time we've seen that in a long time. Warhammer.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, so, like, the bomb guy is clearly going to be someone who's, like, blowing holes in walls and actually, like, breaching through.
That's pretty dope.
The bunker terrain itself is kind of cool. It says it plugs into the existing ruins, so it doesn't come with other terrain itself.
The aesthetic doesn't look like it matches. Maybe I'm just not thinking about it right.
It kind of does, and 40K always has that thing of, like, gluing bunkers on top of existing ruins. Buildings that have been there for 10,000 years, right?
That's true. You gotta defend it.
All this stuff will make fantastic Necromunda terrain, by the way.
Oh, of course. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Yep. There's also where they announced that if you sign up by the 12th of October, you can win a Greater Demon.
Yeah, I don't know why they picked Greater Demon. I mean, they went like, oh my god, it's the day for chaos. And then there was, well, we'll get to some later, but...
Hey, you know what this really means, though? We're
What?
getting orcs in October.
We are! Well, I mean, maybe.
Well, they're announced in October. They probably won't come out.
This is more than I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, same. I will probably skip this box, even though I really do like the orcs, and I do like the terrain. But I really don't like ratlings, just in general.
That's actually funny, because you do play Guard. You don't play
I
orcs.
do, and they were good in Guard for a while. I just hate ratlings.
I can't make a short joke. The comments will be mad at me.
I mean, you can. I mean, it's that one joke, the Lord of the Rings would be a lot shorter if Merry and Pippin just had a gun.
So no, I'm not playing Ratlings. I'm playing Battle Mutt. I'm just gonna leave the rest off the board. I don't need anything else.
Battle versus the world.
On to the next one.
Speaking of ratlings, we have the new commemorative series miniature in November, which is these two ratlings. I know they're not, but I'm just going to call them Merry and Pippin.
We did. I mean, callback to 25 seconds ago.
Yeah. So this is obviously, it's a commemorative miniature. It's a diorama piece. And in that regard, even though I don't like ratlings, I really like this. Because I love the turkey in the case. And the pie.
I still really don't like this.
I love the sausages. And I mean, it's so silly. Even though I don't like ratlings, I want more of this absurdity in Warhammer in general. I say that a lot.
See, that's fair. I do like the absurdity. I do not like the model.
What if we took this diorama and replaced those two with Skaven?
You have my attention.
We need to get a Skaven holding that sausage like that, and then I'm sold.
And the bottle, obviously.
Yeah. Well, that one's probably easy. But
Yeah.
the sausage?
Yeah. Commemorative mini. Some hobbits. And this better come out by Thanksgiving, huh?
Yeah.
If this isn't out by Thanksgiving, I will be disappointed.
Like, my question is, where do you even get a roast chicken? Sorry, I thought it was a turkey. It's a chicken. Where do you even get a chicken in the 41st millennium? Do they still have chickens? Apparently they do.
Apparently they do.
And apparently they stole one.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're hiding from the Space Marines they stole the chicken from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, monkey paw moment.
Oh,
I've been talking about Dark Mechanicum for a while
you have.
as something that I've wanted to see, and here it is.
Here
in
it
a game
is.
I don't play.
And again, in Teeny Tiny Imperialis.
Itty bitty.
I will say, these models are sick.
So these are only the first two we are seeing, and it does. This is a little taste. This is not like all that's coming out with this, because they showed off. There's a book coming, Rise of the Dark Mechanicum,
Yep, right.
and we're getting. They showed off two of the models, but it says there are far more coming. Just one of the many accursed engines of war of the Dark Mechanicum concocted, and we'll show the rest in due course. Mm-hmm. So basically, yeah, these are amazing models. I want to see more, but I also want to see them full size.
Yeah, fair. Honestly, this might get me to try this game. Because
this won't get me to try the game because I just don't have the time. But it would get me to buy the kits. It would get me to buy kits for the game.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't have time either. It doesn't stop me from buying more stuff.
I mean, that's completely fair, but I won't
yeah.
buy into the whole game. I
If
will buy
this-
kits for it, though.
If this is what they can do with Mechanicum at small scale, oh boy, it makes me want full scale Mechanicum. It would look so good.
Yeah, maybe in a couple years. So yeah, this makes me excited, even though I don't play Legions Imperialis. These are amazing. We don't have much more, though.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it in the future.
Yep.
Battle Forces for 40k.
It's done, Sam. It's over.
It's
I'm making Lord of the Rings jokes left and right today.
Yeah, you are.
So, done with new models, now on to the Battle Forces. We are not going to
Christmas
talk about these at length, because we will do a full review, including the price breakdowns of what these are worth, later this week.
Yeah. We are getting 5 for 40k, and we will cover them here. First, we have Adeptus Sororitas, the Penitent Crusader Host. We got some stuff in here. We got the brand new, well, not quote unquote brand new, the Ministorium Priest, from Blackstone Fortress.
Yep.
It's so funny that they just got a battle force.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I was thinking that.
And then when the other, what is it called? When Imperial Agents come out, there's another battle force with more Sororitas in it.
Yep. Yeah, they're really
so many.
pushing the. Did it be overproduce these for the release a few years ago, guys?
You were asking for them for so long.
Yeah. Because, I mean, how many penitent engines have been in these? So we've got a unit of 2 penitent engines, 10 Sisters of Pentia, 10 Arcoflagellants, Ministorum Priests, and then 2 Rhinos? Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. AS Rhinos. That's a little strange to include, but all right.
I believe currently, as they currently stand, Flagellants are the way to play Sisters and win. So.
Yeah. Hey, this is all melee, which is kind of crazy.
And they're not getting a new book before this comes out, so
Yeah, this is great. If I could say one thing, I would probably replace the Rhinos with like one of their specialty kits, but then it's basically just the last battle force.
Yep.
It's fine.
Hypercrypt Legion.
Hypercrypt. I tell you what, do you need more Necron warriors? I know you need more Necron warriors.
Hey, it's only got 10 of them.
It only got 10. It's only got 10. So we got a unit of 10 Necron warriors and the obligatory scarabs that come on the same sprue. We have the Necron Lord with Translocation Shroud, 10 Lichguard and 10 Lichguard who can alternately be built as Shark Praetorians. They put both here. I was going to say 5 and 5. So you could do 5 Lichguard, 5 Praetorians, or 10 of either. And then, of course, the one, the only, the Dragon.
Yeah, you know what's really funny? It doesn't actually say that in the description.
It doesn't. That's what I was looking for. Oh, it says it above it. The Void Dragon says up here.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, the Void Dragon, who's 130 by himself?
Yep. So this is... Sororitas one didn't fall into this, but this is something we talked about with last year's Battle Forces.
Yeah.
Which is that they're continuing to put, like, big hero models that you really only need one of.
Yeah, so if you have the Void Dragon already, you don't need this box.
You probably don't want this box. If you don't have the Void Dragon, I'm going to bet this is a really good way to get into Necrons.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there's not much else to say, honestly, because we'll break down the price later. Speaking of giant models, how would you like a Battle Force box with somehow fewer... Well, I guess if you count the drones, it's not fewer models than one of the next boxes we're going to talk about.
They aren't technically models. They are tokens.
Oh, yeah. So in this case, this is the this is the lowest number of Battle Force, which is funny considering what's going to come at the end.
Yeah, I love that they were like, okay, we hear you. You guys like mechs. Here is a box of 4 mechs.
Yep. You either get a Cold Star / Enforcer, a Broadside, Ghost Keel, and a Riptide. And yeah, if you don't have Tau mechs, the moment depends on price, but I'm going to guess if you already have the big one, you probably don't need more. But hey, if you are looking to get into Tau and don't want to play infantry spam, this is going to make up like more than half your list, I think.
Yeah, this is crazy. We're going to do a points breakdown later, but oh my god, this has got to be so many points.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you're fresh into Tau, you pick up 2 of these and you're basically you have 8 models in a 2,000 point list.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, infantry staying power, but hey.
Oh, who cares?
You got big mech suits. You are the anime.
All you need is a few squads of fire warriors and crew to turn the battle for it. No, more suits. All the suits. At least there's not a storm surge in here.
Yeah, Lord knows we have enough of those. Inner Circle Task Force. So this is near and dear to my heart, which is why this one's a little sad. You've got El Lion himself.
Sad?
Well, because so first off, the problem was if you already have now the Lion's actually not that as expensive a model.
No, he's not. He's 75, I think.
Yeah, I think he's gone up to 80 now.
Okay.
With the price increase. Either way, and he also is a guy you could conceivably want two of if you like painting him because his helmet versus non-helmet options are so differently cool.
Speak
that
for
might
yourself,
just be,
Josh.
That just might be me. No, the problem is you get, Lionel, but you also get a Chaplain and Terminator armor, and that is the new Chaplain, which is good.
Yeah.
But you also get 2 units of 3 Inner Circle Companions who are not very good.
Nope.
And 10 Deathwing Knights who are better than they were, but also not really good in that army.
Yeah. Again, this is probably an expensive box. Like, this
Yes.
is probably 1,000 points.
But current rules-wise, it's not going to be a great force. It is very thematic for what the Inner Circle Task Force wants to do. And if you put that Chaplain in that unit of Terminators, like 10 Terminators, Deathwing Knights, oh my god, that thing will never move.
Yeah, it will not die, and it will kill anything it looks at.
Yeah, it will teleport in and just, ruin someone's day. My big problem is the Inner Circle Companions are such a letdown.
Yeah, they are. For a 3-man unit, they're not that powerful.
They're very anemic in combat.
Yeah.
And the Lion is fun, but not nearly. He's very squishy now, comparatively. Yeah. 3-up invulnerable save only goes so far. And then we get some familiar here.
And last but certainly most.
Yeah! More models than the Tau box.
Yep, 5 models in this one.
So this means that the Chainbreaker Lance sold so amazingly, they were just like, let's just make that box again.
And another one. Yeah, it's the same thing as the Chainbreaker Lance, but better. Because it does give you the option for either Helverins or Warglaives, where last time you had 2 of each and no choice.
This time you could build them as any 4 you wanted.
Yeah, it's still Canis Rex, the Knight Gallant.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one sold like gangbusters, and this one will too. Well,
we'll see how expensive it is, because the last one was $230, which is why it sold like gangbusters. If this one's $260, it'll still be an amazing deal, but it might sell less amazingly.
Less gangbustery.
Yes, but either way, I mean, hey, if you want to get into knights, there you go. Yeah. You get 2 of these boxes, and you have a knight army.
Yeah, you're done. Although I would probably get 1 of these boxes and then the larger knight.
Yeah, I guess you probably don't need more than 4 armigers right now.
Probably not.
So hey, even better, 1 of these boxes, 1 of the knight, and you have an army.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Now we only get 4 Age of Sigmar Battle Force boxes because they need to remind you that you are not the loved child.
This is not 40k. You get 1 less box.
So we've got Cities of Sigmar, Flesh Eater Courts, Iron Jaws, and Maggotkin.
Yes. So Iron Jaws just got a refresh.
Yep.
And actually 3 out of these 4 got a refresh last edition.
And the Maggotkin honestly hold up brilliantly.
The Maggotkin are pretty good.
They're a new to Age of Sigmar army, functionally.
Yeah. First, we're talking about cities. We got the Founding Foray. I don't know if I like that name.
Me neither.
We have 10 Fusiliers, an Ironwalled Great Cannon, a Fusil Major on Ogor War Hulk, 5 Cavaliers, a Free Guild Marshal, an Envoy, and a Command Corps. This just looks like the army box.
It's the army box, but it's got the Marshal, which it didn't have.
Yeah.
And it's got the it's got the Ogre Marshal, which it didn't have.
Yeah.
And it's got the Command Corps.
Yeah. Like,
it also does not have the Steel Helms, which the box did have.
Not as close. But
no, it's not. There's just not that many units of Cities of Sigmar anymore, so it's kind of.
Fair. Yeah, this one's a little hodgepodge for me.
It's a very playable box. Cavaliers are pretty good. Fusiliers are mandatory. The Great Cannon's kind of because they have such a small model pool right now. If you're playing humans, all of this is very playable and very good. So if you're looking to get into this army, this is a great way to do it.
Yeah, fair.
I love the name of the Charnel Grand Jury.
Charnel Grand Jury.
Yep.
With Justice Gormain in center.
Yep. So you've got Justice Gormain, 10 Crypt Guard, plus a full complement of the King and Queen's finest knights, a.k.a. 6 Crypt Horrors and 6 Morbeg Knights.
The Crypt Horrors, like, look at all of these guys and look at the Crypt Horrors.
Yeah.
They are very clearly the oldest models here.
Yeah, everything else holds up great.
Yeah,
it was brand new.
But then these are like, couldn't you have like picked something else or?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they're fine. They're fine, but
again, very, very good, very playable.
Very similar to the army box, but again, a small pool. Anyway, next is the Wreck-A-Mob.
Yes.
It has a Tusk Boss on Magrunta, which can be built as Magrunta with Hack and Crew or Magrunta Gouger, so the non-character versions.
He's Big Pig with sponsons.
Big Pig. 6 Rekkas, Weird Brute Rekkas, or Brute Ragers. God, this is so hard to say. And 20 Ardboys. So this is honestly a great start to this faction. Because there's only like one thing that's not here.
Yeah. This might be the best Age of Sigmar box.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We'll have to break down the numbers later, but
we will. But yeah, that's not a bad deal.
And then finally, we have the Shudderblight Cyst, which is our good old friends of Nurgle. You've got 4 Puscoil Blight Lords. You can also build one of those as the Lord of Afflictions. 5 Putrid Blight Kings, 10 Rotmire Creed, a.k.a. the Warcry guys.
That's interesting.
I forgot they were still around, honestly. Yep. And then also the brand new Harbinger of Decay.
An amazing model. It is my favorite Nurgle model.
I don't know how this one holds up currently. I mean, Blight Lords are always, and Blight Kings are always good because they're hard to kill, and in the case of the bugs, they're one of the more mobile parts of your faction.
Yeah. There is a sub-faction where you can basically, if I'm remembering correct, either move them or teleport them in your deployment. So you sit as close as you can, and then if you go first, you just move into your opponent's deployment, and you're Nurgle, so you're never going to die.
Yep, it's one of the current frustrations of Age of Sigmar. You just need a bigger rat. That's why you bring a Deceiver, so you can just teleport out to the other side of the room.
Yeah, perfect. But yeah, this one's, I don't know about the Rotmire Creed, but the rest of this looks great.
Yeah. And the Rotmire Creed visually looked great.
Yeah,
we'll see about the...
visually, all these models look great. Except for they want to make me vomit, but that's the goal, I think.
Mission accomplished. So we'll give you a full breakdown of the value of these later this week. Stay tuned for that. But that's it for our Warhammer Day previews. Overall, good preview.
Josh, how dare you? We have one more thing to talk about.
We do? Oh, yes, I forgot. The thing you care the most about.
The thing that keeps me up at night, Josh. The thing that makes me pray to each and every dark god that I know. The Emperor's Children. The Emperor's Children finally got... who knows if I'm going to cut it. The Emperor's Children finally got at least a year announcement. A tease 2025. I'm very excited. I will...
Whether you cut it or not is between you and your rabbi, man.
But luckily I don't have one of those. So yeah, they just a tease. It just flashed the symbol on screen and said 2025. If I'm gonna GW, if this is for Horus Heresy, I'll find you.
I really don't think it is. Like I sincerely doubt this is just for Horus Heresy.
Yeah, me too. But yeah,
I would be very surprised.
I am mega excited. All right, now we're done talking about.
Hey, always happy to see more people get their specific factions, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway, but obviously, though, you're going to say this is the best preview ever because it has that. But besides that, I really like this one. It's got some fun stuff.
I saw some people talking down about it, and I'm honestly not upset. The only thing that kind of annoys me is the ratlings, but that was going to annoy me anytime it came out. The rest of it, I think, looks good.
Hey, there are folks who have been waiting so hard for ratlings that I'm just super happy for them. And I think the orcs, even if you're not in the ratlings, man, those orcs are cool.
Yeah, the orcs look great. I like the tank busters more than I like the commandos. like visually. So I'm excited to see anything else that they can do with them. So I love those sculpts.
And yeah, I never thought I would say that I would be interested in playing Underworlds again, because if they're actually making it more approachable like it was at the beginning when you only had like eight warbands and not 1,000 cards to chase,
it's gonna be better, hopefully.
Well, that's it from us for this preview. We'll leave you on this wonderful note of what's coming in the far distant future of 2025. Stay tuned later this week as we break down the cost of those Battle Force boxes and how much they would be worth, even though we don't have the numbers yet. And we'll see you then.
Bye-bye.